According to the Southern Medical Journal, a peer-reviewed article published in February of 2010, there are over 4,000 annual deaths caused by choking in the United States. Choking is defined by the Mayo Clinic, a nonprofit medical center dedicated to clinical practice, education, and research, as something that happens when a foreign object lodges itself in the throat, which blocks the flow of air. Food is often the culprit in adults, but for children, small objects are usually the cause of choking. The Heimlich maneuver is a procedure that, according to the Southern Medical Journal, was publicized in 1975 by Henry Heimlich. It should be used when choking occurs in order to avoid suffocation. After extensive research on the topic as an undergraduate student at Purdue University, I am qualified to go through the process of how to perform the Heimlich maneuver. The Heimlich maneuver should be understood by everyone, as it is essential to know when, how, and under what circumstances it can be used to save lives. Before we learn the steps of the Heimlich maneuver, we must understand when it should be used. According to the Mayo Clinic, a nonprofit organization dedicated to clinical practice, education, and research, the universal sign for choking is hands clutched to the throat. If you suspect someone is choking, but they are not putting their hands on their throat, look for these signs: weak coughing, the inability to talk, blue skin and or lips, the inability to speak, or the loss of consciousness. If the person is able to cough, encourage them to continue coughing, as the food or foreign object could dislodge itself on its own. If the person is not coughing and has the symptoms listed, the Heimlich maneuver should be given. According to the National Safety Council, a nonprofit public organization that promotes health and safety, the given procedure is not recommended for children under 1 year old. We will address how to perform the Heimlich maneuver on infants later on. Now let's go through the process of how to give the Heimlich maneuver. Before you do anything, ask the person if they are choking. If they are, let them know that you are going to start giving them abdominal thrusts to prevent suffocation. The procedure given by WebMD, a healthcare publisher of news and information pertaining to human health and well-being, goes as follows. First, give 5 back blows. In order to give back blows, the Mayo Clinic suggests standing behind and to the side of a choking adult. If it is a child, you should kneel behind the victim. You should bend the person over so that his or her torso is parallel with the ground and deliver 5 back blows with the heel of your hand between the person's shoulder blades. If the person is still choking, begin abdominal thrusts. In order to perform abdominal thrusts, stand behind the victim with your arms wrapped around his or her waist. Clench your fist and place it just above the navel, also known as the belly button. Grab your fist with your other hand and quickly pull inward and upward. Perform 5 total abdominal thrusts. Continue the cycle of 5 back blows and 5 abdominal thrusts until the food or object is dislodged, the person begins coughing or breathing, or they lose consciousness. If the person is obese or pregnant, high abdominal thrusts will be needed. According to WebMD, the procedure needed is the same as the Heimlich maneuver, but instead of placing your hands just above the navel, place them at the base of the breastbone. If the victim is an infant, the procedure is much different. According to the National Safety Council, if an infant is choking, support them face down by holding the head in one of your hands and the torso in your forearm, which should be resting against your thigh. Give 5 back blows with the heel of your hand between the shoulder blades. If the object does not become dislodged, put the infant face up while making sure to support the head with your hand. Place 2 fingers on the breastbone right below the nipple line. Give 5 chest thrusts, 1 per second, 1.5 inches deep. Continue the cycle of 5 back blows and 5 chest thrusts until the food or object is dislodged, or until the infant becomes unresponsive. If the child is older than 1 and is conscious, give abdominal thrusts only. If a victim is unresponsive, Call 911 and begin CPR if you are aware of the process. Avoid putting your fingers in the mouth of a victim, as seen in the photo, unless you can see food or an object. The Heimlich maneuver should be understood by everyone, as it is essential to know when, how, and under what circumstances it can be used. By understanding the Heimlich maneuver, you are one step closer to being able to save a life.